Now, when we think about compact EDC fixed blades, this is what we usually see. We usually see thin, full flat grind, drop point design usually, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Definitely a good worker, you know, but kind of boring. And then we often see no handle scaling around the neck and usually a really narrow neck. So you kind of got some pinch points and it's not super comfortable right there. You know, you can get by, but it's not like ideal. Ow, I don't know what happened there. Have to get a Band-Aid in a little bit. Anyway, and then finally, the handle. You know, the handle oftentimes is like just barely able to grip. This is like a 3.5 finger knife, and you're just wishing for more real estate. You know, so it's just, I mean, it's compact, it's concealable, but you know, it leaves something to be desired. Well, that is not the case with the off-grid knives Sidekick. Still coming into that compact EDC arena at 3.5 inches from handle to tip. And the cutting edge is maybe 3.3, 3.4. But look at the design attributes, which stray massively from what we usually see with a lot of these compact sub, you know, 3.5 inch fixed blades. They have decided to make a lot of choices that could be really what we're looking for, or a kick in the side, not a side kick on our next EDC adventure or outdoor exploration, but could actually be like a kick in the side. And we're going to find out today what the capabilities, limitations of this model are, and is this the ideal, budget friendly, and I have a few options to prove that a little bit later, EDC fixed blade. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. Thanks for hanging with me today. Yes, we do have our little tabletop mascot off-roader. This is a Hot Wheels exclusive Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60. This was the first vehicle that I ever purchased with my own money in high school. It was a 1984 with a straight six and a manual transmission that I learned on. Fantastic vehicle. I wish I still had it. Had to let it go because of maintenance issues for a high schooler. It just wasn't sustainable. But I'm sure it's still on the road somewhere because those things do not die. But we are not here to talk about Land Cruisers. We are here to talk about fixed blades like this Sidekick. Okay, so this is the tan version. There's a blackout version. And guess what? Oh yeah, baby. This is made out of Sandvik 14C28N Rockweld 59. OEM is Taiwan. If you are not familiar with off-grid knives, they are based here in America. They are an American-grown company. They manufacture a lot of stuff in Taiwan, and the fit and finish is perfect. Excelente. I cannot find an issue with the quality control of this design. Now, I love Sandvik 14C28N. Leave a comment below if you do too when we're talking about a high value steel. It's stainless, it's tough, it's easy to resharpen, holds a decent edge. You can't go wrong. Love the kind of stone wash. I mean, it's like an acid wash, I guess. On this, it's not needed because of how stainless it is. Now, what I really dig about this blade is that we have a flat grind that is high. It is just over 1/8 of an inch thick on the stock, so we have a slightly thicker stock, but the geometry is exquisite with a nice swedging and good tip. The tip is strong enough and got some beef behind it so that you can do some stabbing, a little bit more than some of the really thin, paper thin, nail thin ones we got. Fingernail thin tips that we have seen. Now, when I went to work and went to town with this thing, oh yeah, it cuts, dude. It freaking cuts, and especially like this bellied part right there. That just push cuts right through hemp rope, cordage. You're gonna get a lot of work right there. But it's been holding its edge really well for like push cuts and stuff. And then obviously eating through cardboard, some food prep, doing different things. And oh, it feather sticks, dude. It definitely feather sticks. You want to do it. You sit there and you're like, let's go. Partly because of the slight recurve in the design. Now, I know that might not be super awesome for some of you. I'll address that in just a moment. It accelerates the cut. It accelerates like a velociraptor. It sends the velocity of the cut in a way like a velociraptor claw going right through a gut. I mean, that is exactly what that does, and it is a dream to cut with. Now, recurves and how mild this one is do not intimidate me, especially if you have some form of rotted sharpener. Now, you can sharpen it with a flat stone, but it's a little tricky, and you just gotta keep an eye on it so you don't miss little spots, and so that's where a rod would come in. This is a SHARPAL. I've, reviewed it before. I'll try and link it if I can. It's an excellent sharpener. I also use my work sharps. It just kind of depends on the blade. This, because of the recurve, and I engage with the blade the entire time. And so I can just hone on a ceramic rod, and if I get a burr, something like that, even on the bellied kind of recurve part, boom, I got different diamond stones that I can sharpen as well, and I will always be in contact with the blade, and then I got leather strops to bazoot. So those attributes mean that, right sharpener, and again, you can do it with just a normal diamond stone, but the rod does make it a little easier. Leave a comment below if that you don't like recurves, or if you're like, no, totally not an issue. Now, this is, if you've been following the channel, yes, reminiscent of, and they took some design cues from the Backcountry V2 from Off Grid Knives. An excellent blade. I'll link the video. You should check that out. An awesome option for a belt knife under $100. This is freaking awesome. Now, they've taken some attributes, left some behind. They should have kept some, left some. What do I mean by that? Well, the wood's working because of the geometry is actually really good. I've had some thin full flat grind models that actually slide off the wood because of the slightly thicker stock and the lower slightly grind. It actually aids in the wood's working, but they put jimping on this model that the Backcountry does not have, and this has a 90, so it's an excellent spot for throwing sparks. This doesn't really have a portion to do that anywhere, and not that it's hot, but it's just not needed. I wish that they just not put the jimping right there. Left it here, that's fine, but up here on the spine, that would have been a perfect spot to throw sparks, and just would have given me a little bit better platform to do like thumb, carving of a notch. Because of the swedge, I was fighting to try and find a comfortable place to put my second thumb for my second hand when I was like doing a push cut. So not ideal for certain bushcraft moves, but basic slicing through material, making a spear point or a feather stake, absolutely getting it done, no problema. Now, what about this ridiculous handle? I mean, this handle is so far removed from most pocket-friendly EDC fixed blades. Is it detrimental or is it like banging? Well, we're going to address that in just a moment. I invite you to like, subscribe, make sure to hit the bell icon. I'm putting up videos like this every single week. And when I head out for a quick jog, a backcountry fishing trip, or backpacking trek where I know the temperatures are going to climb, I've got to trust the gear I'm wearing. And that's where today's sponsor, Huckberry, comes into play. And for the past year, that's meant relying on their exclusive Wellens performance line of apparel. And guys, this stuff's been through it all. From their performance lined swim trunks that dry fast but feel great out of the water as well. In fact, that's what I use a lot when I'm doing like stair climbing in preparation for an upcoming long distance hike, or even on the treadmill as an activewear pair of shorts. But also their Soul performance tees that wick away sweat and also can keep me cool without being clingy or weighting me down. But my favorite piece of gear, it'd have to be the Soul Performance hoodie. It's lightweight, breathable, and perfect for when the sun is beating down and you don't want to fry. It has saved me several times on hiking trips, backpacking, but it also is great for around the fishing hole, and it is able to keep me cool while protecting me from the sun's rays. So if you live for the outdoors like I do, and you need your apparel to keep up with your adventures, I invite you to check out Wellen. So I'm gonna have a link popping up here, as well as in the description box below, over to the Huckberry site, along with my exclusive 10% off promo code you can apply towards your very first purchase. So I invite you, go check them out. All right, dude and dudettes, G10 handles, tan or black currently, and check this out. With my large size hands, knuckle span is 3 1/4 inches across all freaking day. These handles are almost 3/4 of an inch broad. They're probably like 0.7 inches overall thickness. Fills out the hand. The neck is completely filled in by the handle scale. Let's go. Deep guard. We got scalloped neck right there for pinch pull cuts. I am locked in for extreme comfort. Extreme comfort, guys. This is like lazy boy level Ergos on a compact EDC fixed blade. Now we have a guard to like transition point of about 3.5 inches. And you can just see there, and it's comf. Guys, it's so comfy. No lanyard hole. I saw some comments on one of the other videos. It was like, if there's not a lanyard hole, that proves they're, you know, like don't know what they're doing in the design. On a big blade, yes. On a little knife like this, I don't know. Not something I need. It's not a make or break, but maybe for some of you it is. Leave a comment. So anyway, no lanyard hole, but guys, oh my gosh. And it's just contours and sweeps. This handle needs to go on that backcountry. I hope they do a version 3. Keep the blade the way it is. Do that handle on that thing. Let's freaking go. Little texture points, scallops. Get it. One of the most comfortable ergonomic handles you're gonna find on a pocket-friendly EDC fixed blade. Now it ain't light. It's over 5 ounces, just the knife. So you are gonna pay for that in weight. But dude, if you use gloves, if you just do a lot and you just want a beefy full handle and you're tired of these stupid little Lilliput necks, like strangling like a little pencil or something, that is not the case. This is going to feel so much better on this blade. Sheath, let's hit that really fast before competitive options. I know I'm blathering here. Okay, delicious. Kydex matches the handle, locked in, no walk up, excellent, no rattle, ain't coming out. Now this is the one, now they've specifically designed this to be scout carried. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I don't scout carry my blades, but whatever. This is the weird part. So the Kydex sheath, this part is delicious, nutritious. You could digest it and run a marathon. This thing works. Drainage hole, all that. And the eyelets are perfect for Bladehq locks, Molly locks, or ulti clips. And that is what I would carry in here if you're gonna do pocket carry. This is awesome as well, 360-degree rotatable belt clip. The problem is the standoff. They didn't need to make it that ridiculous. I don't know what the point of that was. They should have tried to bring that in. If they had just brought it in and made it flush, you know, that's like just too broad right there. So it definitely stands off if you're gonna outer pocket carry it, which you could do. I wish they had just made it flush a little bit more, like cut that down and just brought that in. Now you can remove this clip, you can do all kinds of stuff, you know, rotate it right or left, all the things, so it's ambi. And if you are going to scout carry or belt carry, no problem. Backpack carry on your shoulder strap, great. But again, it wouldn't have hampered, I don't think, anything if they had just cut that offset in half. Just brought it a little closer. It just kind of stands off a little wonky. Long term, I will probably be putting an ulti clip on that, just going to be real. So that is the dealio. So you may be like, okay, well, Taiwanese made, US based, you know, company, all the deliciousness you're seeing here. Really scratching that itch. What are we talking? 80 bucks, 100 bucks? Wrong-o. Now this is a website exclusive. I will have a link over to that affiliate network. This guy, $59.99. 60 bucks. 60 bucks, dude. $60 for this knife with everything we're seeing here. Stop the presses, game over. That is really hard to compete with. Now that's current. I mean, who knows long term? So if you're thinking about it, you know, all the tariffs and all the other things going on might be going up in price. I do not know, but check that out. And I know sometimes when I log in, it offers me like a 10% off promo code when I log into the site. So I don't have an exclusive promo code currently, but that is something you could go check out and save yourself a little extra scratchola. So for that price point, bananas, $60, that is extremely high value. Let's run into some competitive options here that are kind of in this vein, but still have a hard time competing. Now, obviously the Chinese made KIZER HARE, previously reviewed in Nitro V steel. You know, I go back and forth, read different things. I mean, Nitro V, Sandvik, they're in the same family. They're super close. Arguably, Nitro V is probably a little bit better. Overall steel, maybe a little bit better wear resistance and stuff. Smaller blade though, smaller blade. I think it's actually, might be even a little thicker. I'm not quite sure on that. But I mean, significantly larger blade on the off-grid knives there. But a little bit more organic. Excellent handle. I have zero complaints with that handle, except, you know, like, I mean, why didn't they bring the handle scale down? That would have been 6-aughs and followed that route. So I still have some exposed metal that I'm engaging with. Now they've milled the shoulder, so it's good. It's better than some. But that is something that, like, just even this neck is just like, get it. So Kydex sheath, taco design on this guy is better. Comes with a knockoff Bladehq lock. I put an ulti clip on this guy. I'm probably just going to steal it and put it on this guy. And I think this might be 69. I'll try and annotate it in if it's not. But I think this one is 69 for the Nitro V. You can get D2 for, I think, 50. So that is probably, like, because of the handle being so beefy, that's why I'm running it in there and kind of the broader blade. An overbuilt EDC, not these little tiny, ultralight, tiny weeny, teeny beanie bikini blades. So, no guys, I have not had coffee in a few hours, but I am just like, but I hope you guys are having a great time checking this video out. I hope it's been fun and entertaining. Check the boxes for you, answer the questions that you may have, and highlight maybe a blade you were not even familiar with. Definitely going to be on the short list. We're going to be in some list videos coming up because this is a huge high value that brings something different than many other compact EDC fixed blades can do. And if you're interested, check them out. Until next time, check out the other videos, subscribe, and always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.